Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Pete on Retreat. Today, we're going to go somewhere special, a place that very few foreigners ever get to go to, a mystical mountain called Khao Khitchakut. Khao Khitchakut is located in the Chantaburi province. It's a really popular destination for Thais to go to, but most foreigners never even hear about it. It's this beautiful mountain with this huge boulder on top. Or I guess it's not a boulder, it's probably attached to the mountain. Or maybe it's not attached to the mountain because they say you could run a rope underneath it. Up on top, it's said to have the footprints of Buddha, and it's really kind of dangerous to get up to. It's a fantastic adventure out here in Thailand, but it's only open 2 months a year to the public. Yeah, that's right, February and March. Those are the only times you can go to Khao Khitchakut. Chantaburi is located about 3 miles from Pattaya. If I remember correctly, it's mostly east, but also to the south. Maybe it's mostly south, but also to the east. It's a really cool province that's mostly known for its agriculture. The entire land is filled with wonderful fruit orchards. They grow mangoes and mangosteen and rambutan and something I don't remember, but it's really known for growing that delicious stinky fruit durian. Besides the mountain itself and the orchards, there's also just some wonderful beaches around and cool temples. Little bit of a spoiler alert, but I had such a great time that I'm already planning on going back next season when it opens again, and I want to bring a bunch of friends with me. It's really a beautiful part of Thailand. So as we've done with our other road trips, we hopped in my girlfriend's car, we headed into Chantaburi, and right away I could just see how beautiful it was. We could see the mountains in the distance. We drove through the foothills up into the mountains. Koi wanted us to go to a national park first. We drove up into the mountains a bit to the Samco Village National Park. I'm probably not saying that right. At the base of the mountain, there's this cool resort. We tried to get some food there, but the restaurant wasn't open yet. It actually looks like a place that was probably more popular before COVID, but maybe not. There was really no foreigners. The national park was really cool, had a bunch of creeks and trails. It wasn't that warm, but we also really didn't go hiking. There's a couple main roads that run through it, and we didn't veer too far off of these main roads. There's also several old monuments and different structures there, some statues, this cool pyramid thing. We did find ourselves overlooking a great view at one point, but it was a pretty, I don't know, foggy or cloudy day. So we didn't get the best view possible. After going to the park, it was time to go to our hotel. We drove past temples and all kinds of orchards. Because of the prominence of agriculture here, there's a bunch of different shipping centers. I mean, there's a ton of them, and some of them are huge. Koi booked the hotel for us, and we stayed in this cute little place. It was 700 baht a night, or about $21. They also had a bunch of like motel style rooms, which were only 500 baht, or about $15 a night. I think if we bring a big group next year when we go up, this will be a great place for us all to stay. The next morning we woke up super early, but I got car sick driving up to the mountain, so we had to abandon our plan that day. This really bummed me out. For the last several months, I've been a lot more susceptible to getting car sick. I think I'll talk about that in another video. When I was feeling better in the afternoon, we headed off to the coast. Chantaburi is just gorgeous. Not only are all the orchards beautiful, but the coastline. We also went to the temple Wat Kam Nu. It's covered in these porcelain-like tiles, and because it's close to the sea, these keep it from rusting. After the temple, we went to Kung Waiman Beach. There's a really popular viewpoint where everybody takes photos. Then we went ahead and walked down to the water, hung out and played down there for a bit, and then we went off to a different beach and had dinner. The next morning, with my friend Dramamine in my system, we headed back up to the mountain. It had rained that morning, which meant that we would be walking through some mud, and also meant the trip up there was going to be more dangerous, but it also cooled the air down a bit. I like to believe most things happen for a reason, and I think we were destined not to go that first day. Maybe something bad was going to happen, but there's a reason I got car sick. We went back the second day. As with many attractions in Thailand, they charge extra for foreigners. Koi hates that, so she paid. I was wearing a face mask at the time when we had to pay a separate fee, but I gave her the money and she paid. We've had a joke lately, Pom Bin Kon Thai, which means I'm a Thai person. My spice palette's almost equal to Koi's, and we joke that she's a Farang and I'm a Thai now. After paying, we hop in the back of a pickup truck and head up to like the base camp of the mountain. Now, remember when I said it was dangerous? So there's these crazy steep roads, which were all muddy now because of the morning rain. And to get up to the mountain, you either have to walk up several hours or you ride in the back of an open pickup truck. A few weeks before our trip, Koi showed me in the news where a truck went over the edge and rolled over, and sadly a woman died. We were talking about this again as we were driving up. Koi was asking me if I was scared, and I said, no, you know, accidents happen anywhere. I said one person died, and that's sad, but our chances of having something bad happen to us are really low. And that's when Koi told me, no, not just one person died. This happens all the time. In the back of the truck, many people were filming and taking pictures. We were passing lots of trucks and everybody's filming. The pickup truck ride up and down the mountain is a very popular part of this trip. I don't think any of these videos do it justice showing how steep it is, but I read that the grade goes up to 30% at times. And with the mud, we were slipping around a little bit. There's a whole temple complex and market at the bottom. They always have some announcers speaking over a PA system. And each time one of them saw me, they would say something about, welcome to Farang, or say they were happy to see a foreigner here. I'm telling you, foreigners do not come to this place. The entire day, I only saw one other Farang on the mountain, and I saw hundreds and hundreds of people. Khao Khitchakut is a pilgrimage for many Buddhist people. It's known as the Buddhist Stairway to Heaven because there's pretty much stairs all the way to the top. Along the way, there's countless smaller shrines. There's a couple places where you could get snacks. There was a couple stops where the monks gave away free fruit teas, and there's a lot of steps. My phone had said that we climbed 54 flights of stairs by the time we got to the big rock at the top.
Children talk about you have fun.
At the top, we joined in a prayer at the Buddha's footprints. We also went up to the base of the big rock and said our own prayers. The whole thing was a really cool experience, but that wasn't the end of it. There are some higher viewpoints past the big rock. After the big viewpoint at the top, we kind of start going down the back side of the hill or another side of the hill. Again, we were passing different shrines along the way. So from the big praying rock, it's another 4.5 kilometers till you get to the sacred wishing scarves. Koi estimated there must be over 1 million scarves here, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. The idea is that you write a wish on one of these scarves. You put your name and your birth date, because birth dates are really important in Buddhist culture, and then you tie it to a tree or tie it to one of the ropes. I think it took us 1.5 hours to get to the top, at least to the big praying rock. Google says it should take about 2 hours, but I think we were pretty determined. Koi was worried I wasn't going to be able to make it because I'm an old man. She thought I might struggle with the walking. To prove to her that I was capable, we walked up from our lobby to the condo one day by taking the stairs. We live on the 14th floor. I was able to make it no problem, but she had to stop a lot. So I told her she needed to train for this trip, not me. And Koi did just that. She started training immediately. She started waking up about 5 o'clock in the morning and going for a run or a walk for 1 hour or 2. Almost every day leading up to the trip for about a month, we would take the stairs at least once in the condo. And she did really good on the mountain, but I was definitely still a bit more fit. There's a tradition on the mountain where they prop up huge rocks with little sticks. It seems to be more of a symbol than actually holding these rocks up, obviously, but I made sure to add a couple sticks to some of the rocks myself. From the red wish scarves, there's a shorter route to get back down to where the trucks dropped us off. They call it a shortcut to the parking lot. It's pretty cool. It doesn't have all the fully made stairs that the main trip does, and it wasn't that muddy. I really liked it. It was a nice walk down the mountain, a little bit more naturey. Then we had the truck ride down. Oh boy, I love the truck ride. It's kind of like an adventure at Disneyland. Okay, going down is definitely more scary than coming up. I'm old enough that I grew up in America when you could ride in the back of a pickup truck. We had taken a bunch of snacks up there and had eaten most of them on the way. Back at the market on the bottom, we decided to treat ourselves. We got some fresh made coconut ice cream. And then Koi really wanted to get some crepes. I mean, they call them crepes, but they're not like any crepes I've ever had before. I think she picked like 8 toppings for these things. I don't remember what she put in there, but it was delicious.